On this week's episode of On the Road, take a trip with us to the stadium to do some serious tailgating. Then ride along as we take a cruise for charity for the Hartford Distributors Foundation. Get behind the wheel of the 2011 version of one of America's true classics. And we'll put you in the know on what you need to prepare for winter driving. Dig in, because the show's about to start.
It's getting colder out, the wind is blowing, so you know what season that means. It's football season. That's right, I'm Jeff with On the Road, and I'm here to talk about one of my favorite times of the year. Not so much football season, but tailgating. When you grab your buddies, you pack up your vehicle with all kinds of great stuff to eat. You grab your grill, you grab your cooler, you grab your TV so you can check out the pregame show. You'd grab some chairs and you go check out the football game. In our particular case, we're going to a Hartford Colonials game at Rensselaer Field, and we're going to do that in my 2004 Honda Odyssey. One of the great things I love about my Honda Odyssey is that it has this power outlet right here, which allows me to plug things in like the TV, a radio if I want to bring one, a heater for when it starts to get really, really cold. Another thing this vehicle has is an in-car video system. I could actually bring my PlayStation 3 and be playing it inside, keeping warm, while outside somebody's grilling up something really good to eat. So let's go check out the Hartford Colonials game. Let's pack this vehicle and get moving. When you're packing the vehicle, you want to think of it a little bit like a Tetris game. You want to take care of the big things so that way they don't roll around on you, and you also want to make sure that the little things are secure, like, you know, potato chips, so that way you don't arrive at the stadium and everything is crushed. So we got the Odyssey all packed up. We got our grill, we got our food, we got our drinks. We're getting ready to head out to the Hartford Colonials game. Let's go. Unbelievable. Here we are, Rensselaer Field, East Hartford, ready to check out the Hartford Colonials game, ready to start unpacking the Honda Odyssey van, set up our little barbecue. Check out this fantastic scene here. I mean, unbelievable. We got a guy on a horse. So here we are back at our base camp, checking out a little pregame action. The pregame show happens at 12 o'clock on WCCT. We've got some hot dogs and bratwurst to grilling. We got our salads and our dips, our food. We've got our beverages. We are having a blast. Let's go check out this crowd some more. So guys, tell me, vehicle of choice for bringing up all the good stuff to eat?
Silverado.
Silverado?
The best truck ever.
We had pork marinated and beef marinated. And we got beer.
So clearly you guys know how to travel in style.
You gotta have a pickup truck, definitely.
Oh, we had grinders, we had Fritos, we had potato chips.
Pulled pork, burgers, dogs.
Say hi, come to watch us.
So what do you think? All the way to the playoffs?
All the way, champion.
What is it about this truck that makes it happen?
Because it's big and bad like the Colonials.
Check this out, right at eye level, so that way you can see everything that's going on, and it's sitting on the back of a
Dodge Ram.
It's great. Everybody gets along. Everybody helps everybody out.
Even after the game, when the game's over, we come out here, we cook again before we leave.
Now this is serious grilling right here. We are watching Elvis. Check this out, pulled pork. We've even got the greens. We've got some power in the trunk.
You got the power, you got the music, you got some beers, you got your pizza, you got your friends. There's nothing better than that.
On the road, baby, on the road!
Tailgating that can't be beat, Hartford Colonials is your main dish. Last home game is November 20th. Make sure you get tickets and pack your car with favorite things to grill, your favorite things to drink, and be part of a crowd that's unbelievable. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Mays for Cars.com. With me is the 2011 Subaru Outback. This is a car that's been around in some variation since the 1990s, and it was redesigned for last year. It's a bigger, softer car than it was before, and that's been a combination that's worked out pretty well for Subaru, actually. So the big theme here is size. The new Outback is about a couple inches both wider and taller than its predecessor, and overall passenger volume is up almost 10%. Pretty good numbers, and I've got plenty of room here to spread out in the front seats. The optional leather seats in our test car are both supportive and comfortable. That's a good thing. My only real sort of quibble here, being about 6 feet tall, is that I don't have enough thigh support. This seat could come out a couple inches more. Right now my knees are kind of just sort of hanging in the air. A lot of that extra passenger volume goes to the rear seat, where you're looking at about 4 inches of extra legroom here versus the old Outback. Again, nice high seating position, plenty of room, and a decent amount of thigh support considering that this is a back seat, not a front seat. The seats recline a few degrees. They actually recline quite a bit here, which is nice for your passengers. And they also fold down like the seats in most wagons and crossovers do. With them down, you're looking at a little over 71 cubic feet of maximum cargo volume. That's a number that beats both the Honda Accord Crosstour and the Toyota Venza with their seats folded. Not a bad setup, certainly plenty of room to throw in a few golf clubs there, play a couple games. So here's the kicker. The Outback has outsold both the Venza and the Crosstour combined this year. What's the secret? Well, it rides pretty comfortably, but is still a lot of fun to drive. Our Tester's 3.6-liter six-cylinder moves out pretty quick, but the four-cylinder Outback actually starts just over $23,000. That's much more affordable than both the Venza and the Crosstour, which are positioned as kind of premium offerings. Throw in the Outback's excellent reliability and good crash test ratings, and, well, I gotta say, case closed. Looks like wagons are making a comeback, and Subaru's leading the charge.
You know, I'm just going over the owner's manual for this particular car. Why? Because if you followed all the steps in the owner's manual, the chances are your car is ready for winter. Still, there are some things that you'd want to consider even if you followed the book by heart. Let's start with the tires. You want to make sure that your tires are ready for winter weather, and start with the tire inflation. Interestingly enough, as the outside temperature drops, so does the tire pressure automatically, so check them regularly. You also want to make sure that you have at least this symbol on the side of the tire, the letters M and S. It stands for mud and snow. If you don't have this on the side of the tire, you don't have an all-season radial, in which case you definitely want to get something appropriate on the car before the first snow flies. Performance tires do very, very poorly in the wintertime. One other thought about tires. If you drive a lot in the winter and you can't wait for the snowplow to come through your neighborhood after a snowstorm, or if you're a skier and you go up to ski country all the time, you need snow tires. 4 of them, 1 at each corner of the car for safe driving in the wintertime. Even if you've done everything in the manual, you still want to look under the hood of the car and start with engine coolant. Make sure you have enough and that it will protect your car all the way down to 34 below zero. Check for windshield washer fluid too. You're going to need enough this winter. And while you're under the hood, take a look at the battery. It should be tightly mounted and the connection should be solid and clean for good winter starts. There are more things that you should carry in your car too, but I'll get to those a little bit later on in the program.
We're here to benefit the victims of the Hartford Distributors tragedy.
It's to raise money for the families who were involved in the tragedy at their plant in Manchester.
That's why we're here today, try to raise some money for the families and do this in the memory of all the guys that lost their lives that day.
Anytime something like this happens, we try to do benefit rides for great causes, and we feel that this is a great cause.
I hope to see a lot of unions here. You got the Teamsters, you got AFSCME unions, any other unions that are going to be here to ride, because it's a huge benefit today.
We're hoping for between 1,000 and 1,500 bikes.
The turnout itself, you can look what's going on here.
Usually motorcycle riders always get together, and when there's a good charity that comes up and they put their hearts out and their money and just help people out.
Well, hopefully that they get enough money to take care of the people that got hurt.
This is a first annual, and we would like to do this every year for years to come.
Raffle tickets!
The ride itself is about 37 miles. We're going to actually be leaving Ellington. We're going to go out through South Windsor, and we're going to go into Manchester. We're going to go by Hartford Distributors. We're going to make a loop and come back up through Ellington, and we're going to end in Somers.
I've been riding motorcycles for 35 years.
It's freedom, man. Relaxes you.
The people, everybody's friendly.
You get on their bikes and it's free, man. And all the bikers are so great to people and nice. You meet strangers on the road and they're like, hey, where you riding today? You know, it's awesome.
I've been getting phone calls from locals all over New England. What a great thing this is that's happening for these families.
They can make a donation to the HDI Memorial Fund.
There is a fund, and there will be a website available that people can go to.
All donations are greatly appreciated. Anything you can do is appreciated. You gotta remember why we're here, you know?
It's what we do.
Welcome to the Automotive Marketplace. Stevens Auto Mall presents these featured vehicles. Get noticed in this Lexus GS 350. Travel the roads in style and comfort in this great vehicle. With its reliable 6-cylinder engine connected to a smooth shifting transmission. Reach your destination effortlessly with GPS navigation. Stand out from the crowd with premium wheels. Anti-lock brakes bring your vehicle to a complete stop. Heated seats comfort you on cold winter days. Enjoy the comfort of dual temperature controls. The sunroof lets fresh air in. All this for well under $34,000. If you're looking for a first-rate car, this Toyota Camry could be yours today. A low odometer reading makes this vehicle a great value at this price. Better gas mileage means better long-term driving, and this ride delivers with a great fuel consumption rate. With a reliable 6-cylinder engine connected to a smooth shifting transmission and navigation included to help you get to your destination with ease. Premium wheels give a more luxurious look. Brake safely with the anti-lock braking system. Plus, enjoy a variety of other extras such as air conditioning, power windows, power locks, radio with CD player, and cruise control. Be in the driver's seat for just $25,990 today. Enjoy driving again with this 2006 Toyota RAV4. If you're looking for a first-rate auto, look no further. With a solid 6-cylinder engine connected to a smooth shifting transmission, premium wheels give a more luxurious look. Brake with confidence with the anti-lock braking system. Let the outside in with a built-in sunroof. Plus, enjoy a variety of extras that are included in this vehicle, such as power windows and locks, cruise control, and air condition. All this for just $17,990. Get noticed in this 2009 Toyota Corolla. Everything you need under one roof with this great vehicle. With an efficient 4-cylinder engine connected to a smooth shifting transmission. You will appreciate the safety feature of anti-lock brakes. Plus, enjoy a variety of notable features that are included, such as air conditioning, airbags, cruise control, tilt steering, and in-dash CD player. All this value is just $14,990. Visit Stevens' website for more information on all these and other vehicles. Give them a call and set up a test drive today.
The Chevrolet Corvette has long been America's iconic sports car. All Corvettes, however, are not created equal. Performance and pricing can vary widely as you step up the Corvette ladder. From the basic coupe, which goes for under $50,000 and offers stunning performance, you can step up to the Z06, or at the top of the lineup, the explosive ZR1. Power in this exclusive, rare, and costly Corvette comes from a supercharged 6.2-liter V8 that is rated conservatively, rumor has it, at 638 horsepower. Chevrolet claims the car will rocket to 60 miles per hour in 3.4 seconds. In our own track run, we managed just about the same. And once 60 miles per hour is reached, the car just keeps on accelerating with a ferocity that could frighten the average driver. That said, this Lion can also be tame. Keep your foot light on the throttle, and this powerful Corvette plays well with others. You could drive it easily around town or through gridlocked New York City traffic. The ride is firm, bordering on harsh over some surfaces. What do you expect from a car that handles this well? Speaking of handling, the ZR1 and Corvettes in general never feel light or agile. Instead, they feel solidly planted with incredible grip just about all the time. One minor point. The wide tires on rutted surfaces can cause the car to pull left and right. Get to smooth pavement and it will track straight and true. A final note. Prices start at a little more than $110,000, and our test car has the preferred equipment group with its power telescoping manual tilt wheel, upgraded interior, and Bose sound system for $10,000 more. Still, there's nothing quite like this Corvette ZR1, even with a sticker price of $124,000.
There's another handy way to get around and have fun doing it. The Renault Dauphine, the car made in France to make driving fun again. Balloons, please. Now, there's lots to talk about, so let's make the camera go fast. Watch for the fun car with the balloons. First, see the Dauphine's maneuverability in traffic. Look how it gets around and how it corners. Special axle design does that. And see how it accelerates and climbs. Driving economy gets up to 40 miles a gallon. Parking? The big car couldn't get in the space. But watch this. With the Renault Dauphine, everybody's an expert. Lots of room for you to park inside. Handy as roller skates and twice the fun. Even has a city horn and a country horn. That's the Renault Dauphine. At any of 600 coast-to-coast sales, service, and parts headquarters. Won't you try it?
This is the Middletown scale, which is located in 91, right off of 91, Interstate 91 in Middletown. The operation here is being run by the Connecticut State Police Truck Squad. By law, every single commercial operator is obligated to enter the scale, to be examined, to have the vehicle weighed. There are vehicles that are pulled in here where operators have been driving over the allotted 10 hours that they're allowed to drive by law. They're falling asleep, they're losing control of their vehicles, they're causing crashes. Some vehicles are allowed to haul as much as 80,000 pounds. When they put 90, 100, 110,000 pounds, that's a danger to everyone.
Some of the worst equipment violations that I've seen have centered around brakes. We also have issues with frames, tire violations, namely tires that are completely flat or even in some cases missing. Right now in the scale house, what they're doing is checking the weight of the truck and the trailer in combination and separately. If it's a weight violation, we have to leave the truck on the scale so that we can get a printout of the weight violation. If it's a driver violation or another vehicle violation such as equipment, what we'll do is get some paperwork here and then bring them over and park them and then go into a more in-depth investigation.
This driver here has a problem because the federal regulations state that you have to be current to your last duty change as far as his logbook, and he hasn't touched his logbook in 2.5 days. Part of the purpose of the logbook is to show me how many hours he's driven, how many hours he's rested. So I basically have no idea what he's done for the past 2.5 days. So I'm gonna do a full inspection on him, and he's also gonna be placed out of service for 10 hours. Okay, start it up. Turn on your high beams. Rock your steering wheel for me, back and forth, short little movements. Can you do your windshield wipers for me? How about your horn? Hit the brake. Release. Hoses are rubbing together and actually rub the flat spot onto the side of one of the air hoses that goes to the brake chamber. There are some violations though as far as the brake hoses rubbing together. His main problem is going to be his logbook. The main thing is he's not going to make his load today.
What we're after the violators, the road drivers, and in doing so, there are times when troopers will come across narcotics, weapons.
Some of the crazier things are probably falsified documents.
We've had virtually every kind of criminal activity that you can imagine. These troopers are actually saving lives.
Hi, I'm Jeff with On the Road with another free mobile app for you to check out. If you're like me, you're a card-carrying AAA member, but you forget to pull out that card to get those discounts when you go out places. Well, if I got the free app for you to check out, it's the AAA Discount app. Free download, I've got it right here on my iPhone. What it does is it uses your iPhone's GPS to figure out where you are, contacts the AAA database of the places that offer discounts. You can press the button, figure out which one you want to check out. For example, let's say I want to bring my family to the Children's Museum. I can press this button right here, bring up the details on the discount. Then when I show up at the Children's Museum, pull out my AAA card, I get $1 off of admission. One thing I really like about this app is that there's a very extensive FAQ section to answer any questions about the app you might have. It's just that easy. You already carry your AAA card with you everywhere you go. You already carry your cell phone with you everywhere you go. Now taking advantage of all those AAA discounts is easier than ever.
We've talked about tires and what you should check under the hood of your car to get ready for winter travel. Now let's talk about what you should put in the other end of your car. And we're going to start with a shovel. You never know when a snowstorm might come up unexpectedly. For the same reason, you want a traction medium, such as sand. You can carry it in a container in the trunk of your car. Then there's the old standby jumper cables. These jumper cables are special because you don't have to worry about polarity. The black box makes sure automatically that you're connecting positive to positive and negative to negative. But if you have standard jumper cables and you're working at night, you're going to need a flashlight. And if the flashlight's been in your glove box for a while, by all means, check to make sure that the batteries are still good. They may not be. In addition to that, you also, just in case you get stuck, want to make sure that you carry some non-perishable food items, and of course a cell phone with a fully charged battery is also important. Finally, just in case you do get stuck for a while, you want something warm that you can wear. It can make all the difference in the world. And you also want to make sure that your fuel, you have at least half a tank of gas with you at all times. That way, if you really do get stuck in a snowdrift for a while, you can run the engine for 15 or 20 minutes every hour and keep warm. It could make all the difference to your wintertime driving safety.
With my family up to Vergennes, Vermont, just because Vermont's a beautiful state. We do that often. And it was great.
When I drove from Chicago to Massachusetts after my sophomore year of college with one of my good friends from college, you just see how incredibly large this country is. We just had a great time.
Driving a Chevy Malibu convertible up to Niagara Falls. Great car, warm weather, spectacular Niagara. It was just a great trip.
Traveling across the Sahara Desert. Second best would be traveling in Namibia, crossing the sand dunes.
Best road trip ever.